All right, you guys are gonna love this. So I'm out at my local nail salon, which is just like 15 minutes from my house. And you know, I'm perusing the colors. I decided to get Christmas nails instead of my usual pink and white. And I'm sitting there and, you know, my lovely nail person is looking at my cuticles and she's doing everything. And she's like, oh, I'll be right back. So she gets up. And then all of a sudden I see this older lady that I think is the owner, I'm not sure, but she's very decked out, lots of logos, looking very expensive, has this beautiful silver hair. She starts kind of shuffling towards me. She's kind of looking me off the side. She's doing this, like, oh, oh, oh. She's doing this kind of thing. And I'm thinking, do I know her? What's going on? Is there a problem? She gets closer and closer and closer. And I realize she's gesturing at my bag. So what bag was I wearing? This bag. This is the Louis Vuitton Multi Pochette. And I got this maybe like about 6 weeks ago. My hubby bought it for me for a gift. And I'm wearing it. I really like to wear it to the nail salon because I can crossbody it on me and sit there and get my nails done and not think about it. I don't like to put a bag on the floor or have to worry about it. So she's coming over, she's pointing to my bag and she gets really, really close. And I kind of lean forward, you know, when you feel like somebody wants to talk in your ear. And then she says to me, your bag, it's fake, isn't it? And I am indignant. I am shocked. I am irritated. And then all of a sudden she says, you got it at DHGate. I have one just like it. I'm caught because she's exactly right. And that's what we're going to talk about today. If this is your first time here, my name is Rachel and welcome to the Bougie on a Budget Club. So here we talk about deals, dupes, and vintage. Because let's face it, we all want to look bougie, but say it with me, mama got bills to pay. So let's get into it. You know that feeling when you don't really know what to say? That's kind of how I felt in that moment. I kind of wanted to be like, how dare you say that this bag, this Louis Vuitton Multi Pochette that has everything right, and it even has the label inside, and it has the little coin purse, and it has Louis Vuitton right here. How dare you say that this is not real, madam? How dare you say that this is a dupe, dare we say, fake, or dare we say replica? But you know what? Player recognizes player. And she kind of gave me this small smile, stepped away, and she kind of pointed to it and she goes, I like you. And she walked away. And I could just feel my face turn red because, I mean, she wasn't mean about it. She was very, very nice, very cool. And she had very classy vibes. She was all decked out, obviously successful. I later found out she was the owner. But in that moment, I was just like, somebody knows what's up. So, in case you didn't guess, today we're going to talk about a dupe, shall we say? I'm going to use that term pretty loosely. Or I call it a wink, wink, nudge, nudge purse. I grew up in Southern California, so if we wanted a wink, wink, nudge, nudge purse, we went ahead and went over to Olivera Street and got ours. My hubby spent a lot of time out in New York City. He would go to Canal Street. And when I was dating him, I even went over there and got some really, really good dupes. So we're going to call it a dupe for purposes of this video because YouTube doesn't like certain words. So we're going to say dupe. So I like to call it lovingly the gate. And I'm going to list all of the information below. Don't worry. So if you're trying to, I know that a lot of you have heard of this and you're probably already onto this game, but I'm going to be honest, up until maybe like 4 months ago, I had never, ever heard of this website. And I'm going to tell you all about it. So got this bag. We are going to compare it to a real, R-E-A-L, real vintage Louis Vuitton. This is the Papillon. I took French in high school, but I'm not even going to try it. The Papillon Louis Vuitton. Now, I bought this. Well, actually, my hubby bought it for me years and years ago off of eBay. I do not think the strap is the original strap. It did have some little straps that went here, but over the years, I decided to take them off because I'm not one of those people that likes a little purse or a handheld purse. I need a crossbody. So I've put a lot of different crossbody straps on this one. I'm going to be honest, I love my hubby, but this is not my favorite shape. And he was so sweet to think of me all those years ago, but I would not have picked this shape. It's just not me. The cylinder shape is not my favorite shape. If you remember 5th grade, cylinder, pyramid, those are not bag shapes in my opinion. You like it, do you? So we're going to compare these two. This is real. This is authentic. It came with the authentic guarantee from eBay, which if you're not familiar with eBay, you can always add that on. What they do is they send the bag to a company that authenticates it before they send it to you. My hubby, bless his heart, years and years ago, was like, I have to make sure that this is real. So he got the COA, Certificate of Authenticity, and had it authenticated by that eBay third party. So we know this is real. I'm going to go ahead and open it up. I have some change in here. This is just plain, the brown coated, I think coated canvas. I do not think this is leather inside. It could be, but if it is, it's very, very, very thin, maybe leather. And then we have the leather outside here, which is the vachetta that it's famous for. It used to be gold, but it has kind of turned a little bit. And I'm going to be honest, I think this was from the 1994 collection. So in 1994, I was in elementary school. So this has held up really, really well. It really, besides, the hardware getting kind of like brassy and dark, I would say the rest of it's in really good condition. The vachetta has turned this aged brown color, but that really doesn't bother me. And like I said, I don't always use this strap, although this is the strap it originally came with. I put lots of different straps on this one, and I kind of use different straps for different bags. But this is real. Now I'm going to lift up what I got from the Gate. So now I'm going to be honest with you. These are very, very similar. When I hold this one, now this one is 2 different purses with a little change purse held on right there. But this one feels much heavier, actually. This one has the light colored vachetta. Is it vachetta? We don't know. We don't know what it is. Whatever sorcery this is that looks like vachetta, I'm going to say it's really well done. It does have the gold tone for the zipper. Now, I will say I love this bag. I wear it all the time. I actually told my hubby for Christmas if he could get me another one, that would be great, because I think this would be great to even take off some of these accessories, like the change purse. I love that the crossbody strap, let's see if I can show it to you more, actually says Louis Vuitton on it. And I have been buying all of my straps just off of like other sites that don't say Louis Vuitton. So the fact that this one says Louis Vuitton, I'm like, I will buy another one of these just to get a crossbody strap that says Louis Vuitton with our little designs right here. So I'm really, really happy with this. Though my one small thing is I open up my purse a lot, and I will say the zipper, you gotta be a little careful with. You gotta be a little careful with. If I go too fast or I do something like that, it could get caught, so just be aware of that. But honestly, I love this purse. I give this a 9.5 out of 10. I open my zippers a lot. I'm a fiddler. I want to reapply lip gloss. I have bobby pin in my hair, want to pin it back, want to put it away, want to take off an earring. I'm a fiddler. So for those of you who are not fiddlers, it's probably not that big of a deal. I would say just be kind of careful. But look how similar these are. And keep in mind, this bag right here, the real bag, it's over 30 years old. So any color differences, I'm going to hold them up really close. I mean, when this was new, do I think that these colors were pretty darn close? Yeah, I do. I mean, this one, the L and the V and the little monogram, I would say this one's slightly more maybe like olive toned a little bit more, and this one's maybe slightly more golden if I'm really being nitpicky. But from far away, who is going to look at your bag that closely? I mean, for me, if I see somebody out of the corner of my eye and they're wearing Louis Vuitton, I'm just checking to make sure that the monogram is correct. Because I've seen the ones that instead of being the 4 points, they're flowers. And I've seen these where instead of this being 4 points, it's more like a diamond. It doesn't curve in like this. Or the circle with the flower are inverted colors. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing that if you're a Louis Vuitton lover, you might notice. I love all designer purses. I'm a purseaholic. I love purses. For a long, long time, I exclusively bought Coach for years and years and years. But I'm going to be honest, I don't love that Coach has become all about just under 25. If you're under 25 and you love it, this is your time, you shine. But for me, as a gal that's over 40, I feel a little bit like, you know, this is what you want your girl to be. Every brand I feel like has a woman they target, that this is their gal. This is who you want to be. This is who you are when you have their brand. And I feel like Coach now wants this very young 20-something. Why can't it be multiple girls? Why can't it be multiple women? Why can't you show a variety? And I'm also saying the Crayola dinosaurs, it's not me. Again, if it's you, you're in your dinosaur era, T-Rex it up, but it's not me. So I've been branching out. As you can see behind me, I do have some other goodies. Now, some of them are real and some of them are dupes. That's the word that we're going to use. But that's for another day. And I'm going to highly recommend the multi pochettes. I think with shipping, this one came to around $60. And again, I'm going to put all the information below. If y'all have joined me today from over at my old channel, Vintage Pick and Mama, welcome. All of my new content is going to be here now. Vintage Pick and Mama is just going to be archived for all things vintage and home. But we'll talk about that stuff here too. Make sure that you hit the bell notification and subscribe to be an official member of the Bougie on a Budget Club. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.